Hey everybody, Chris here from Tennessee. I've got in my little paper filter briar here some Peterson Flake, and I have been so excited to try this tobacco. I had sort of this idea of what it's going to be like built up in my mind, and I'll tell you, it's an excellent straight Virginia. However, I'm very disappointed with my first bowl of it, but I'm looking forward to smoking through the tin and really getting a better feel for it. But I'll tell you why I'm disappointed, because, well, let me start with what I like about it. It is definitely a quintessential Virginia. It is, I can tell that there is not a hint of any toppings on this at all. This is very akin, to me, to H.H. Pure Virginia. However, H.H. Pure Virginia just had wonderful flavor from the start. To me, it took about 10 minutes before I was really getting anything I kind of liked. I would say it is, there's no high notes, there are no low notes to me, so it lands right in the middle, and it's just kind of bland. It reminds me of when I tried, to my great disappointment, I tried from my local tobacconist. I think it was like McBaron Virginia #1 or something that they had like in a big bulk jar. I got an ounce or two of that, brought it home, and it just tasted like watery hay a little bit. There was no bitterness, no sweetness, maybe slightly sour, but it was just like watery, just barely any flavor to that. And I could have given that more of a chance. However, this one, in typical Peterson fashion, it smokes very well. It lights up easily. My flakes were fairly moist, and I don't mind moist tobacco. I usually can do it just fine without getting any tongue bite or anything. And this is a little spicy. There's just a spice on the retrohale and stuff pretty consistently. It's just bready, but not like a delicious bread. It's kind of like baking soda. Slightly watery. What I was pleased to find is that there is this very slight hint of a natural sweetness that is building, and it was building for, very, very lightly there for, a good 10 minutes or so, and then it just kind of disappeared. It hasn't built up. I will tell you, the tin note, when you first pop it open, the smell is wonderful. It's just a classic Virginia smell, but very distinctly apricot. That comes out, and the flakes are beautiful. The presentation is just fine. I folded and stuffed one flake like I normally would, and you got to be careful. The bowl will get pretty hot with this Virginia. But yeah, I'm gonna give this one. I'm not gonna judge it too soon. This is just my first impression. Yeah, fairly bland. I like, I like H.H. Pure Virginia more. I was kind of hoping I would, yeah. But you know what? The first time I tried Peterson Nightcap, it was disgusting. It was absolutely awful. It became my favorite tobacco for the last 2 years. And I find that with Nightcap specifically, if you just open the tin, fluff it up, close the tin, wait a week, open it, fluff it again, wait another week, and then start smoking it, it's superb. It became my favorite. I mean, it was like night and day, totally different. So I'm going to do the same with this. Now that I've popped open the new tin, I'll give it maybe a week, come back to it. Get that anaerobic sort of fermentation process going. And I'm sure, I'm positive that this tobacco is going to surprise me and is going to could potentially become a favorite. But just right now, right out of the tin, first impression, yeah, just very like baking soda-y, bready, but not like a delicious bread. Almost like a kind of a bland sourdough in a way. There's no grassiness to it, to me. The slightest bit of hay-like. That's really all I'm getting. The sweetness was there briefly. It kind of disappeared. It built a little bit, but so I am thoroughly disappointed with the first impression of this tobacco. I really am. great smoking characteristics otherwise, but I got to give it a more of a fair chance before I give a final judgment on this one. And maybe I'll come back to you guys after I've smoked the entire tin. But I'll wait a week, then I'll start smoking it again more consistently. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's a great tobacco. Otherwise, I mean, plenty of people that love this. I'm sure I'll grow to love it. But compared to all the other staple Virginias, this makes Orlick Golden Slice seem like the most flavorful tobacco in the world. I'm exaggerating, but right off the bat, I'd rather stock up on Orlick than this, and age the Orlick so that it becomes darker and less bright. But I have no doubt that if you aged Peterson Flake, it would be phenomenal. I bet it would gain some sweetness. The spiciness would become more subdued, I'm sure, or a little bit better melded. But I'd say this is a fairly lively yet bland flavor. And I'll try this in another pipe or two that I have, and maybe I'll try rubbing out a Flake instead of folding and stuffing and see how that goes. But plenty of things to try, plenty of things to look forward to. No doubt, I can tell it's a high quality leaf, and I'm just so pleased that there is not even the slightest hint of a topping. This is just seems like a very minimal casing, and to the good quality standard of Peterson tobaccos. And if you're just looking for a no-nonsense Virginia, this is one of them. But yeah. Okay, those are my thoughts. I'll give you a full review down the road. Hope you guys are doing well. God bless. Take care.